Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rubin. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, obviously, the shows, what have you, I guess. So, okay, if it's related to Disney in one way or another, of course I'm going to be talking about it. So anyway, let's get to the damn point, of course. So thank anybody for watching ahead of time, I appreciate it. Even though I'll be talking about another jackass again, and it's this individual. And this has something to do with Fox News. Well, I'm not surprised. And I've done quite a few videos with someone who's going to be on the show some kind of way. I'm with this guy, this Dave guy. And he's this American conservative political commentator. Of course he is. And he is the creator and host of this thing called the Rubin Report, which is supposed to be like this political talk show on YouTube and on the network Blaze TV or something like that, which was launched quite a while ago, I guess. So anyway, I just thought I'd just talk about this because, of course, he's gonna have a bone to pick with Disney, like Fox News will often do. So just get to the chase. Like I was trying to say here is that it has something to do with the fact that we accept others, whether you're part of the LGBT plus community or what have you. And yes, we're still on this. I don't know why. Why in the hell are we still on this subject matter? Are you bored? That's how it feels like. You're bored. There's like a bunch of other things we talk about, and you're bored. You're just bored. You just wanted to talk about this. It's creepy that you would care who they want to sleep with. They're not bothering you. You're bothering them. And then if you get criticized for it, you act as if you're the victim somehow. You're a creep. Anyway, with that being said, let's just get into it, shall we? I'm just trying to set the whole thing up here and whatnot. So let's get into it. This is stupid. Real stupid.
This California could force some companies to shift to a 4-day work week, all part of an assembly bill that would implement a 32-hour work week. Employees who work more than that would get time and a half.
Okay, what does this have to do with anything? It depends on the individual. Yes, some people will actually work better in that kind of method of the environment, in the workplace. So what? So what's the issue exactly? I don't get it. But then again, it has something to do with some nonsense, and so of course we can do this kind of thing.
The law would affect companies with more than 500 workers. There are about 2,600 of those in California. Here to talk about it, author of Don't.
Oh, so that's what this is. It's a promotional stunt. You're just trying to get people to watch this so that they can get to the book that this individual had made. And of course, one way to get people to watch your stuff is just to talk all kinds of bullshit about Disney. Of course.
In this country, Dave Rubin, who fled L.A. for Florida. Dave, how you doing? How's it going?
For some context here, he's referring to the fact that how a lot of Californians, people from California, are more lenient towards the gays and whatnot. Somehow that's bothering him somehow. Okay.
I know you love it there. Good morning to you. I got a topic for you in Florida, but first, California. Is this the way they're going to go? 4 days a week?
Oh my God! Can we just get to the point? We're talking about a bunch of other stuff than just the point here. All right, you don't have the point because you would have gone to it by now. Who's forcing who to do what now? What are any of you talking about?
Bill, how am I doing in Florida? Fantastic.
Oh, I see what you mean here. I see what you're doing here. You're part of a red state, whereas California is part of a blue state. Therefore, you're better than everyone else because of that. You're so full of yourself. Christ.
Because I fled California and
Of course, they don't say gay bill in Florida and whatnot. If you want to know what's going on, it's basically that again with the chances guy, this individual and whatnot. So okay, so somehow it's the deliberate and Democrats' fault somehow, right? And something.
that sort of overregulated nonsense that crushes the economy, crushes the human spirit, crushes.
What the hell are you talking about, mate? It's pretty good actually. We're all good. The economy in California is actually really nice, actually. So you have no idea what you're talking about here.
Ingenuity. I took 2 businesses out of California in the last year, and although neither one of my companies had 500 employees, that very concept that the government should come in and.
What are you talking about? I mean, really? What? Okay, if California ceded from, if I'm pronouncing that right, it broke away, I guess, from the United States and just, I mean, let's say, have its own island somewhere, it would do a lot of damage to the economy when you think about it. So he's doing pretty well. So again, this individual has no idea what he's referring to. He's clearly not have done his research for his education, if you want to call it that. This guy's a moron.
You how much your people should work, and then if they go past that threshold, you have to pay them more. Well, you know what? Your people may become less productive, so they can start adding hours, or you may.
So if they companies like Disney pay the employees more to work less, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense.
Realize you can't hire as many people because you suddenly have to pay them more. This is just it's so in.
Okay, and what will cause that exactly? You're saying the effect before the cause. You're saying that backwards. There should be the cause and then the effect. So, so what's causing to make that leap? I don't get it. So, of course, all this is just based on some assumptions, and he's trying to pass as facts. Make believe facts, obviously, but of course, people on Fox News and people who watch those stuff are ignorant enough to actually believe this shit that he's saying. So, what is he talking about? Where he's getting this information, I have no idea. So he's clearly has not done his research like at all, like we were saying a moment ago. He's just jumped to the conclusions that somehow some companies like Disney is doing something bad somehow, somewhere, at some point. And yes, that sounds extremely vague when you think about it. So, bottom line, they're trying to dick stroke their own political party as if they're superior somehow. Based on what? Again, I have no idea. They're not providing any evidence of any kind whatsoever. So, okay. So, okay, what's the proof exactly? Why am I acting? This is Fox News we're talking about. This, of course, it's not going to make any sense whatsoever.
With the endless nonsense that comes out of California, which, by the way, is why several 100,000 people have fled California since the lockdowns, and Florida and Texas and Tennessee are exploding, and California and New York are crumbling. It's like, you get what you vote for, people.
Yeah, well, let's talk about something you enjoy, and that's
You
Florida.
can you can piss right off, mate, because that's hella gaslighting. It's nonsense. Look what they're doing, yada yada yada. That's gaslighting. So you mean to tell me you're going down to manipulative tactics to prove a point? That tells me you don't have a point. Let me guess, it's Disney's fault somehow, right? It's always Disney's fault, of course.
Turns out Disney was given to Republican candidates in Florida. We found out that Disney donated $190,000 to Florida's Republicans weeks before they began to condemn the bill that was passed in the State House. Here are the numbers: 190,000 total, 125,000 Republican Party of Florida, 65,000 unidentified political action committee. What do you make of that, Dave?
And this has something to do with the "Don't Say Gay" bill and whatnot. I don't feel like repeating myself, but basically, it's something I've discussed before. But apparently, according to these people, their numbers, their stock market is going way, way down just for accepting the gays. That's it. That's what they're trying to get at. Is somehow ruining the company financially speaking, even though that has absolutely nothing to do with their finances. You mean to tell me throughout the 100 years, like I said in my previous videos, Disney turned 100 this year? Well, okay, in 2023 technically, but you mean to tell me there was no gay people during this period of time that would support them? Again, I must remind you, this is a form of gaslighting because he's trying to blame him and the other people. They're trying to blame the Disney, Disney and their supporters for being incompetent. So look what you did to the company. This never happened before. Like, what are you talking about? Disney has financially struggled before, which is why they teamed up with Pixar all those years ago in the first place. I mean, it happened before that too, but still. In a capitalist system, this is allowed, Whatever.
Well, surprise, surprise that Disney, a giant corporation, wants to influence politicians. From what I understand now, they've decided they're not going to give any money to any politicians as if that was some sort of threat, or at least politicians in Florida. I mean, fantastic. Okay, corporations aren't going to give our politicians money here. That's pretty great. But what's very sad about this Disney situation is they stepped into the woke swamp, and they cannot get themselves out. This bill, which is not "don't say gay," there's no phrase in the bill, even with the word gay. You could have just as easily called it "don't say straight." This is a bill about transparency and that you don't want state employees talking to 6-year-olds.
All right, you stupid bastard. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You could support the gay rights and rights of minorities in a capitalist system all at the same time, while be against the woke culture. Yes, you can separate that from that. That is possible. So again, when Martin Luther King fought for rights for African Americans, he was a social justice warrior at the time, and he was a part of the woke culture. I mean, I know over the years that he's got a nasty name, and I can see why, but it had a different meaning back then. It was actually meant something back in the day. Not now, not really, but still though. It's funny you don't bring that up whatsoever.
Sex, which we all know that's the right thing. This is an imaginary controversy. But Bob Chapek, who's the CEO of Disney, he has a woke corporation. He has woke activists working for him. And Bill, I'm guessing you and Dana saw it. There was a video where he has all of his activist employees, and he's pledging he'll be a better ally, and he wishes he could be better, and he'll do more for them.
With other people from different countries for supporting trans rights and gay rights and lesbians and all. Oh no, how evil. Look, it's so concerning. Oh my god. Again, this is highly unrealistic when you think about it because during the 100 years that Disney has been around, you mean to tell me there was literally nobody, literally no one that was gay before this moment of time? It's just until now, right? It's just up until now the gay people were supporting Disney. It was never before. It was never in the early 2000s or even before that. It's just now. Oh, okay, sure.
And congratulations, Bob Chapek. You run one of the biggest corporations in the world, one of the most culturally relevant corporations, at least so you've been culturally relevant, we'll see. And now you are a hostage. You are a CEO hostage to your activist employees. This is not going to end well for Disney, and I think we just need to build new things.
Well, it just goes to show a lot of these companies play the refs on both sides, right? They're working the refs, whether Republicans or Democrats, and the evidence is there in the money, Dave. Hey, enjoy Florida.
Ain't it the truth?
We will speak to you again soon,
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, that's it, folks. That's where this ends. It's just something I've discussed multiple times already. It feels like nothing has changed. It's just like different mouthpieces. And if there was something like a different argument, it's not that much different, really. Maybe slightly, but that's about it. But in a nutshell, it just has something to do with the Florida and the whole "Don't Say Gay" bill. Just because Disney wants to show people from different cultures or from different sexual orientations or gender identities, whatever, that doesn't make them the enemy. They're acting as if that their finances is going downhill because of that, which of course is a lie. It's also something I've discussed multiple times already before because of the fact that there's a good chance that some Disney fans, okay, I should say a lot because there's a big fan base here, a lot of them are in low income, very low income. And so $20 for a lot of them is a lot of money. So a lot of them can't really go to a fancy place to eat for that reason. And people like that, they can't even afford to live in places like, oh, speaking of Florida, I guess in the Bay Area to be more specific, let's say somewhere in San Francisco. Yeah, they say San Francisco since San Francisco is gay friendly. You mean to tell me there's no gay people who are or low income, which there is, of course. They can't live in San Francisco because San Francisco is one of the most expensive places out there. It's one of may not be on number one, but San Francisco would be definitely close to number one, somewhere around there, at least in the top 10 anyway, of the top 10 of the most expensive cities in the United States. They can't live there like at all because it's expensive. That's all hell. And a lot of people have moved out of San Francisco for the same reason, even though they may not be gay themselves, but they'll at least support the gay people. So you mean to tell me that there's no Disney fan in the same position, like at all, who's a homosexual? So, oh, excuse me, let me say gay. Yeah, who's a gay individual? It's okay if they are, as long as no one's being forced to anything, nobody's being tricked into anything. No, as long as they're over age. I mean, they were 18 over, I should say. Yeah, Let's just say, like, as long as they're 18 or over, then who cares? As with the consent, everybody's an adult, of course, then who gives a shit? What's the problem here? I don't understand what the problem here, like at all, whatsoever. And the thing is that, so because of this, let's say the Disney fan who's in middle class or low income, then probably will have to be forced to buy used stuff. Maybe a used laptop or used DVDs or used Disney cleaning supply. No, not cleaning supplies. Though those are pretty cheap sometimes in a way. But maybe a used Disney clothing or whatever stuff like that. I'm not against used stuff, by the way, even though I prefer buying it new, honestly. But anyway, I just don't get this. There's plenty of other things that will get in the way. Is what I'm saying. Even if the individual, okay, it could be a lesbian, it could be a gay person. It doesn't matter. It could be a straight person who supports them. A lot of things could get in the way. Maybe they are well off in a decent way, and maybe it could be, I don't know. Maybe they got in a car crash, and that's expensive. Maybe expensive car repairs, or maybe the car itself is totaled and they had to get a brand new vehicle, or maybe they have to pay for a tooth that's been chipped, or just for cleanup. Maybe even that's expensive, or maybe get fake teeth. That's expensive. Or maybe they have to pay rent. Okay, that could be very so. Maybe that's not good thing because the rent it could vary from place to place. Some will be cheaper than others. But the fact of the matter is that to, I don't know. Maybe just buying a new computer, a new laptop, or maybe somebody buys a used laptop. It used to be a bit cheaper, sure, but it's still be pretty expensive. Now just imagine this kind of situation for one person, not for multiple people. Hundreds of thousands of Disney fans who are middle class or low income. You mean to tell me that doesn't exist? Like that won't affect their money, the financials? I mean, like those are factors that come into play. I've discussed this multiple times already. What? Everything's so stupid. Anyway, thanks for watching and take care. I don't understand people. So what? They don't help gays. So what? Anyway, whatever.